Hi there. Hey, it's Mike Morgan here at Over 50 Cycling. And here I am with our latest episode. And this is the episode about training blocks. Let's see if I can I got PowerPoint working. So we're going to talk about training blocks. And that's like getting the right amount of work and the right amount of rest to turbocharge your training for this year. So we're going to go through and I'm going to kind of show you how I block out training. But the first thing I want to talk about is periodized training. It's very important in cycling to periodize your training, where you've got basically three separate periods for your training. Now you can do this if you're training year-round. You can also do this if you're not able to start riding till March or April or even May, and you're training for a big event like a Century or a Gran Fondo ride. You can still compress these periods and still get the benefits of them. And so let's go over and see what those periods are. The first period is your foundation period, and that's where you're going out and you're getting base miles. You're working to increase your strength both on and off the bike. So you'll see, we'll just show what I'm doing right now. I'm in the foundation period, and what I'm doing there is I'm working on and off the bike to increase my strength, and I'm building aerobic capacity, and I'm getting these easier base miles in. You don't have to kill yourself in this. In fact, it's better that you don't, because the bigger the foundation that you have, the higher your peak is going to be. Okay, so this is a very important period. The next period is your preparation period. That's where you're going to do more training volume. So right now I'm doing like 7 or 8 hours a week because I'm on the trainer. If I was on the road, I'd probably be doing 10 or 11. But when I get to the preparation period, I'm going to be moving up my volume more towards 12 and maybe even as high as 15 hours of work a week. I'm also going to work on my lactate threshold. I'm going to work at steady state, which we'll talk about here down the road. And I'm only going to do that, though, as I get close to the first race, probably just a few weeks away. There's a lag of, a couple, 2 to 3 weeks for your training to catch up with, or your fitness to catch up with the training that you just did in a training block. The next period is your race or event period. So if you're racing, you're going to want to, again, increase your volume, at least for a while until you're getting close to a peak, and we'll talk about peaks in another issue. But you still want to see that volume increase a bit as you're getting closer to your races. There you're going to work on some lactate threshold, because that's the most trainable aspect of our system that you've got in your body. And then we're going to work at steady state, which is a little over your lactate threshold. And we're also going to do anaerobic work. And this anaerobic work is painful as all get out, but let me tell you, the benefits you get from that in racing are absolutely huge. Now, if you're doing events like Gran Fondos, or you're doing charity rides, or you're doing Century rides, you're not going to want to do that anaerobic work, because you're not really doing all that much anaerobic or high anaerobic anyway in your event. So you're going to want to work on the systems that are going to help you get the best time in your event, which are your lactate threshold and more steady state work, and you're going to want to really increase your volume too. Okay, so here's how I set up my blocks. I go 3 weeks on, and I go then 1 week of active recovery. And the training that I'm doing right now, it's very challenging. Even though there's not a lot of volume, I'm still doing all the intensity that I would do if I was doing more volume. And I'm on the trainer, and what they say is about 40 to 45 minutes on the trainer equals about an hour on the road. So like an hour ride on the trainer is about the equivalent of an hour and a half on the road, and 2 hours on the trainer, which I've been doing on weekends. And let me tell you, that's a lot of fun. Anyway, those 2 hour rides on the trainer equal about a 3 hour ride on the road. So this active recovery week is very important, and we're going to talk about that more next week. Right now I want to talk about the on period. And next week we'll get into the active recovery because I'll be in there. So here's what my training has been here for the month of December. I started my next season's training in November. So this is really my second month. But this is a great place, and it's good to get a block of this training whenever you get started cycling. Some people, whether they're racing or they're doing events, maybe you start training in March or April when the roads allow where you're at, or maybe you can get out. If you're one of the lucky guys, you can get outside. So let me just show you my training. So Mondays I take off, and that's my recovery day. Right now I'm totally taking it off. As the season gets in, I may do like an active recovery ride there. Tuesdays I'm doing 2 workouts. In the morning I do a resistance workout, and that I'm working on like building my strength, not only in my legs and my butt, but also in my core and everywhere. And I'm using kettlebells and some really body weight stuff. You can go to the gym. I used to go to the gym and be a gym rat and do a whole body workout on Tuesdays, but now my time's a lot more crunch, and you can get a lot of benefit out of a kettlebell workout, which I'll show you here in a week or two. And then in the evening, I'm doing a spin, and that's going to help keep my legs loose and kind of put that strength that I'm building with the kettlebells and everything onto the bike, which is very important. Wednesday, I'm doing muscle tension intervals. Muscle tension intervals, I'm doing 2 sets of 10 minutes where I'm doing 50 to 55 RPMs with some resistance on my trainer. And my heart rate's getting, probably right around where my lactate threshold is, maybe just a tad bit over. But those, number one, they're going to help you, believe it or not, with your fast twitch muscles, so they're going to give you a better sprint. But they're also helping put that strength that I'm getting through the kettlebells onto the bike. So that's like on the bike resistance training, and very good for you. Thursday, I'm doing high cadence intervals. And I did a video last week on high cadence intervals. I mean, one of the real foundation workouts that you want to do. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. Friday is another day where I'm doing 2 workouts a day. I'm doing resistance in the morning, and I'm doing that spin in the afternoon. Saturday, I would do a 2 to 2.5 hour ride if I was on the road with no heart rate ceiling. I can go as fast as I want on those days. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to go fast. Believe me, this time of year you get as much, if not more, benefit out of going slower than you do out of going out and being a hammerhead. So if I'm on the trainer, that's about an 1.5 hour ride for me. Sometimes I'll do 2. On Sundays, that's an endurance pace for me. It's a 3-hour ride, or right now I have a lot of choices if I want to go snowshoeing or if I wanted to go cross-country skiing or something else that's aerobic and endurance oriented. I could do that too. This is where you're going to build up your endurance for next year. So I do this. I did this for the last 3 weeks. In fact, yesterday I was doing my high cadence intervals, and man, let me tell you, over that 3 weeks, your fatigue is going to build. And when I get into the 3rd week, I know if I've hit it right, that by that Thursday high cadence interval workout, I mean, my legs are feeling it. You can overstretch yourself with this too. And let me just tell you what to do if you're overstretched. So if you're having trouble sleeping at night, you may have overreached. You may be like on the verge of overtraining, but I'll tell you what, it takes a ton of training to get overtraining. What most people are is they're overreaching. And it's very easy to do when you're on a program like this. And what these recovery weeks do is they help you like get that fatigue out. They help you like clean out your muscles and get blood into your muscles. And again, we'll talk about that next week. But yeah, you can get highly fatigued at the end of that 3 weeks, and that's why you've got that recovery week, the week after. But you've really got to watch yourself. This is not this is not where you want to push through. If you're feeling like super tired, you may just want to skip one of these workouts. This morning, I skipped my kettlebell workout. I didn't sleep really well last night. I was up at 5 in the morning, and usually I sleep like a log until about 8. So this morning, I decided to skip my resistance program. So I'll take a spin this evening, but I really want to get ready for the Saturday-Sunday ride, which is going to be on the trainer again because it's snowing like crazy, and there's no way I can get out on the road on my road bike. So anyway, so that's a little bit about training blocks. This is a really good block of training to do when you get started cycling, whether it's like right now, here in December, January, or if it's, when you can get out on the road in March or April or even May or June, if that's when you get out. A good 3-week block of this is going to help you immeasurably to get stronger and faster and have more endurance. So that's it for this episode. Talk to you guys soon.